Hey boys, what's going on? This is your man Statistically Challenged. Today, I've got a pretty nice video on deck. We're going to be spinning flax on 10 accounts at once and seeing how much money we can make. I recently noticed that flax is one of the cheapest items in the game now, being buyable at 1 to 2 GP on the Grand Exchange. What the fuck? If you are over 10 crafting, you have the ability to make bowstrings, and these have a nice margin as bowstrings are actually in high demand. The price of these bad boys are 148 GP currently, which is a really nice margin of exactly 146 GP. Now that we got that out of the way, let's begin. In the Grand Exchange, I have bought exactly 13,000 flax, which is actually the buy limit every 4 hours, but this is going to make every account have 1.3k flax. The cost of this was only 26k. Now normally someone spins about 1300 flax per hour. In EVscapes loot from 10 hours of spinning flax, he finished the video with 13,000 bowstrings, meaning he was spinning roughly 1300 flax an hour. Now that we have a good understanding of what an average player would do, I want to see how efficient I can be on 10 accounts. Can I come close to doing over 1000 flax on each account while playing 10 simultaneously? Let's find out. I've assembled the army at the top of Lumbridge Castle, where we are going to be spinning flax. The first line of business here is to give each account 1300 flax. After I've done that, I'm going to set up all of the account's camera angles and banks so that we can do this the most efficient possible way. All of you should already know this, but on the second level of the castle, there is a spinning wheel here, so it is going to be very close to the bank. All right, this is always the most exciting part. All of the accounts are fully loaded with an even amount of flax. Now, all I'm going to do is run to the bank, slap the flax in, then I'm going to max zoom out so that I don't have to adjust the camera and I can click the stairs on the way down to the spinning wheel. Boys, it is time. All of the accounts are ready. Here's the 10 screen view. It is time to start spinning flax for an hour and try to not get arthritis on 10 accounts at the same time. Remember, if one account can spin 1300 flax, at these prices, that is a 187k profit per account. We've got the timer started. We're just going to go for it. I honestly don't know how this is going to manage. I know you spin flax pretty slowly, so it should be quite viable. The goal is to do like over 800 flax per account. All right, so the first inventory is being completed on this account. As you can see on the screen right now, you've got all of them making flax. I've set them at different times, so hopefully when I come back on this account, the last screens should be done and the cycle should repeat itself nicely. I didn't mention it, but all these accounts are around 36 crafting, and the levels are going to start coming in, and it is going to be so annoying with the level screen on. Yup, there it is. The levels are already coming in. I think I'm just going to leave the last few flax unspun, and then I'm just going to go to the bank, refresh the inventory and bring them back, just because I don't want to break the rhythm for the other accounts. I wish there was just a way to like not have the level screen pop up. But yeah, the camera angle is just coming in clutch. I can just hit escape and click on the stairs right away. I already know where they are. It's been like 4 minutes and it already feels like an hour has passed. This is just an example of what a whole rotation looks like. All 10 accounts from the bowstring banking to the fresh flax out of the bank back to the spinning wheel. The first monitor has 6 screen, the next has 4. And yeah, this is basically how I was doing it the entire time. We are about 15 minutes in, well, a little bit past 15 minutes, but this is the main screen that I am recording, only one client on, and I want to check how much flax we do have in the bank. It'll give us a nice little projection. And we're over 250. We could be on track for over 1,000 per account here if my hand doesn't die. 39 crafting, woohoo! It's actually so annoying, but more importantly, the video time is now 4:20. So 3 eternities later, we are coming up on the 30-minute mark, and my hand is actually dead because I'm literally bringing all these accounts up the stairs. I can't even speak at the same time. But how much do we have in the bank is the question. Over 500. We are on track. I'm keeping so much focus on these runs, you don't even know. This could be a world record for most flax spun by one man. 15 minutes remain. This is bad, boys. It's actually kind of scary how good I've gotten at controlling all these screens. Spinning Flax, the run energy is starting to run out a lot, so it's a little bit slower, but 800 Flax, we can definitely get 200 more on each account in 15 minutes. That is actually so nice to see. 1,000 bowstrings on the main account in the bank. I'm pretty sure a lot of the other ones have over 1,000. The last 4 seconds of this absolute torture, and it's done. 1 hour, 1 man, 10 accounts, Spinning Flax. It's been done, boys. And it's time to just see how much profit we made. How efficient were we as one person? We're going to do all the calculations to see if it's even worth doing on 10 accounts. Wow, so we almost reached 1.1k Flax on this account alone. That is already like more than 85% of the way to 1,300, so this should be a really nice profit. All of the bowstrings have been gathered. We're just going to have to trade them all to one account. As you can see on most of the screens, I think on every single account, it is over 1,000, which is really, really good. Like, that means it was definitely worth it. Maybe 8 accounts would be the best thing to do, but you never know with these methods. And the total tally, boys, at the end is 10,545 bowstrings. I am more than happy with these results. 1.571 mil. Every account profited over at least 150k, which is so nice. We're going to get to the exact efficiency calculations. I'm going to compare it to EVscape because he's all about that EV. And we're going to see if we had some high EV plays here, boys. Alright, so EVscape that did this for 10 hours spun 13,160 Flax, which means on average every hour he spun 1,316 Flax. After 1 hour on 10 accounts, we spun 10,545, which means that each account managed to spin around 10,054 Flax. For 10 accounts, we actually came very close to EVscape's total. Like, we almost matched the amount of bowstrings he made in 10 hours by only doing this for 1 hour. We actually came up just about 80% of the way to 13,160 Flax. So I was playing 10 accounts at the same time, doing Flax 80% efficiently as someone just focusing on one screen, which is a win in my books, boys. The profit made was over 1.5 mil an hour. For an exact amount, we just take the 1.571 mil, subtract the supply cost, which was 26k of the Flax, of course, and then we end up with 1.545 mil, which is just awesome. Each account was generating 154k profit. Of course, doing this for over 1 hour would be very impractical with all of these accounts, and it is very stressful and hard on your hand, so make sure you stretch that shit out if you are going to attempt this. Do I recommend it? Never. Don't do this for any money-making method, although it is pretty fun, and I do think it does make for some interesting content. Now, as far as these accounts go, as for the 10 Too Many series, I don't think, I have a lot of ideas actually, but I don't think I'll be doing any more of this just because it is legit AIDS. I guess the best way to put it, I think. Like, you guys have no idea. I've actually tried Wines of Zamorak on these, and it didn't work. I tried for 6 hours to find a legitimate way to do Wines of Zamorak, and it just didn't work because I know so many people wanted to see it. But like, for example, this method is botted so often that they had to patch it like 4 times, and now you need HP, high total level to actually be able to do it well. I think I've done enough ridiculous challenges with these accounts to know that 10 accounts at once is just not the way to do it. But it was really fun to actually see how efficient we could be on all 10 at the same time. But yeah, I'd love to see someone else try to do this with 10 accounts. Honestly, in conclusion, it's probably better to just play on like maybe like 5. 10 is just way too many. It's overkill. There's diminishing returns, but this was a successful flax spinning video, and now we hold the world record for the most flax spun. I hope you guys enjoyed the 10-man series while it lasted. Until next time, guys, have a good one.